Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Sheffield made knife, and this is one by Taylor's Eyewitness. Now I picked this up online from the famous Sheffield shop, and I will put the link in the description below where you can find them. Jane's a wonderful woman that works there. You can give her a phone call or you can order online. They're happy to sort of check the knife for you as well if you give her a call, and she's very honest with the sort of the knife. If you ask, the fit and finish, she'll tell you exactly like it is because she is a knife lover herself. Anyway, on with the review. So this one is by Taylor's Eyewitness in Sheffield, England. We're looking at pattern number 100, which is the Barlow. You see here we've got a 5.5 centimetre or 2¼ inch blade, and it's a clip point. And this is the bolstered with the hardwood handle. Now it doesn't specify what sort of wood, so not entirely sure, but it's beautiful and no concerns about it at all being a cheap wood. It looks like a very good wood on there. Back of the box then, you have a bit more information about the knife. I'll hold it here if you want to pause and read a bit about it. How to care for your pocket knife, pretty simple. Keep it dry, keep it oiled, keep it sharp, keep it cutting. Product number for this is the 100, so it'd be TEW100 as a model number, and it's the 3½ inch Barlow. And I picked this up for just under £40. I think it was about £38. So say about £40 delivered. I think that's absolute bargain for a Sheffield made knife, still made by hand. But there's a look at the full box, that sort of display style box with a little tab you pull up there, and this little plastic tray inside slides out. But here it is, the Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow, the 100. Now this is actually my first ever of the basic ones. I did have one of the Premier line in the African hard or African Blackwood Grendillo I think it might be called, but I did move that on because it was too sort of fancy for me and I wanted a real user knife. And then it's taken me a couple of months to pull the trigger on this, but Mikey Newman at Baldy's Blades has been banging on about this for months and months, how much of a great knife it is, and I will have to say he is definitely right. It's fantastic. Let's take a look around the knife. So here's the hardwood covers we're looking at, and I have oiled these so they're a little bit darker than what you get because they do come quite dry. You can see it's been nicely hafted. There's no sharp edges. You cannot feel the transition at all from the bolster into the wood, and those pins are all very flat and flush. No sharp edges at all on this side you can feel. On the back of the knife, nice match on the wood as well. You can see there, again, transitions are perfect. You cannot feel a thing. And you can see the hand finish touch on there where that pin, you can see it's got a little bit sticking out to the right where it's been hammered down, but it's a handmade knife. That's the sort of things you have to come to expect. Maybe the tiniest of gaps between the liner and the bolster here, but you can't feel it running your hand over. And you'll notice those elongated bolsters that Taylor's Eyewitness do on their Barlows are superb. You see we have the flattened section here with the Taylor's Eyewitness stamp. You can see that nice and cleanly there. And then it's rounded and then a pinch at the end. So there's quite a lot going on that bolster. Same on the reverse side, so you get a nice stamp both sides. Fit and finish on the back, you can see we've got a little bit of a gap here, but it's tight up by the pivot and it's tight all the way down there. So the only bit of light that comes through is here. Again, could it be better? Yeah, definitely, but there's no wobble. The blade action is superb, and you can see, I mean, that's as good as dead down the middle as you're going to get for a handmade knife. Maybe a little bit off center, but nothing to complain about. It's nowhere near the liner on either side. And one of the things I do like about the TEW is you get this sort of, the tang is flush with the end of the bolsters, so that does stop any sort of dirt going in there. A little bit easier to keep it clean as well. But let's take a look at the blade. Definite about 7½ easy pull on that. You can use the nail nick, but it's not needed because there's so much of that blade exposed. Nice into the half stop. You can see the tang stamp there, exactly the same as you get on the bolster. Eyewitness, Sheffield, England. And then again, about 7½ from the half stop into the open position. But look at that clip point blade. Quintessential British clip. Absolutely fantastic. And there's nothing fancy about this. It's just a basic stainless steel, no swedging. It's just a working man's knife. Absolutely perfect. I love this thing. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But just listen to the action. Wonderful action. Let's take a look at some specs. So it says it's a 3½ inch Barlow. Let's have a look at that against the rule here. So yeah, give or take a mil or two, 3½ inches closed. Definitely agree with that. Blade length then, let's have a look. So tip to tang is about 2.55, and then cutting edge is right about 2 1/4. So again, that's well within the UK legal limit of a 3-inch cutting length. Pull on that is just superb, and the action is phenomenal. And what I will say, with this ricasso here and the nice bulbous end, it makes it really comfortable carry and as a user knife as well, which you feel really confident in hand with that. You can choke up on the blade. You could even do some sort of draw cuts there as well with that, the clipped out bit on the top, pull down like that. Any sort of position, this knife is really comfortable. Now, is the steel going to last forever? No, it's a basic stainless steel from Sheffield. Not going to last forever, but it'll definitely get you through a full day's work. And I mean, I can sharpen, you can take a strop with you onto site or whatever you're doing and strop your knife up. And it's absolutely perfect for, as a working knife, what more could you really want? And if you want something a bit more attractive for the collection, go a bit up the price a bit, just above 100, and you can get one of the Premier collection with the fancy worked springs, and where they work it all the way down the blade as well. And then you can have horn, you can have fancy wood. I'm pretty sure there's a nice oak. There might even be a stag, you know. I think I've seen a stag in there somewhere. But honestly, all in all, for an absolute bargain of a knife, this is well worth it. If you're not sure about getting a British-made Barlow or even a British-made knife, and this is your first time sort of seeing one, or your experience, or even if you love other British brands, I really do recommend you have a look at Taylor's Eyewitness, especially this one in particular. Now, there are cheaper ones without this bolster. They just have this sort of bolster on there as well. There's even cheaper again, where it's got like screwed on Delrin style handles, but they're the real budget line. You can get them for about 20. But I do recommend going up a little bit and getting this one for right around 40. I do think you're getting your money's worth for that extra couple of quid, getting the nicer fit and finish on it and the fantastic action. Very impressed with this. Would highly recommend the famous Sheffield shop and this Taylor's Eyewitness Barlow. I really hope you enjoyed my review. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.